Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to say sorry for the background noise. I've literally been waiting all freaking day for these people to leave because they're like trimming a tree across the street and they've been so loud and they finally just shut up a little bit, but you can still hear the truck, so I'm so sorry about that. But today's video is actually kind of exciting. I am going to be doing a review and demo on the new Huda Beauty Textured Shadows palette, the Rose Gold edition. So I heard so much about this palette and I just kind of wanted to try it out for myself just because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. So you can actually purchase this online right now at Sephora for $65. Now I know a lot of people think that price tag is a little bit on the high side, which I completely agree with you. I think if I were to give it kind of like a pro and con list, I think one of the cons would be the price, although it does come with 18 eyeshadows. Most are matte and some are metallic. I ordered it online through Sephora because I know through Huda Beauty's website, I believe they're sold out and they will restock soon. Let me just show you guys the palette in itself. This is the sleeve. So as you guys can see, it's got kind of like this chrome sort of thing, and I like how they've actually designed this because this is the packaging for their eyelashes. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Boom! So it has this kind of clear casing which is made of plastic and it's got a magnetic closure. As you can see, it has 18 eyeshadows. This top row is where it has its metallics. If I'm looking over here, it's because there's like a mirror right in front of me. So right here are the metallics, and then you get down here, you have two shimmery, I believe this is still a metallic eyeshadow, but there's really only one shimmer eyeshadow. I guess you can include Angelic as also, so I guess you can say two shimmery eyeshadows, and then this bottom row are all mattes. This is the palette, and I'll be honest with you guys, when I saw pictures of it online, like on Instagram and all the social media, for some reason I thought that this palette was a lot bigger than what it actually is, because that was kind of like my first impression when I opened up the box. I was like, oh. So I guess you do get your money's worth with this palette because it does come with 18 eyeshadows, which is better than having like 10 or 12 eyeshadows, you know what I mean? If you feel like you actually got what you paid for, which is nice. With the metallic eyeshadows, I didn't apply one on my lid. I just applied the color Angelic, which is like a shimmery shadow. But I did swatch them and they were extremely, I guess, creamy, you could say. So they're very creamy. They are comparable, from what I've heard, to the Stila metallic eyeshadows. One thing I did find was that, what is that?
Better be my damn dog.
I literally had to go and watch my show for like half an hour because they started up their machine again. My life is great. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys some swatches and just talk about the shadows that you guys see. Okay, so we are starting off with the first row, so I'll show you guys which shadow is which. So right here we have Dubai, and Dubai is kind of like an olive green with some like gold sheen in it. And next to that we have Fling, which is a cranberry color. It also has some like gold specks in it, but also some pink. Next to that we have 24K, which is just a pure gold shadow. Next to that we have the color Rose Gold, and this color, as beautiful as it is, I did notice that I had some trouble swatching it. Like the color payoff wasn't as great as like the rest of these shades. Maybe with some Fix Plus it'll be better, or some other method, but I just swatched it twice on here. Like I dipped my finger in twice to get this color, and as you guys can see, it's not as pigmented as the rest. We have Trust Fund, and Trust Fund is hella pigmented, guys. Like as you guys can see, it's like textured. Trust Fund is kind of like a bronzy orangey color. It has to be my favorite shadow of the palette, and that is called Angelic. I have it on my lids right now. It is so freaking pretty, guys. It's got like pink and gold and purples. It almost looks iridescent. So this is the following row. starting with the first shadow. This is hashtag blessed, and this color is just like your normal bronzy color. It's not as texturized as the row above it, but it's still pretty metallic. Bossy, and Bossy is just like a really pretty wine color. This one I noticed that I also had a little bit of trouble getting the color to kind of show up. I had to dip my finger in twice. So I actually haven't used this one on the lids or on the eyes, so I'm curious to see how that works out. If you guys have tried it, let me know how it works for you. Next color is called Fulla Mingo. It is just a bright pink color. This color I have on my crease right now. I noticed it was really easy to blend, really pigmented as well. This one wasn't like a double dipper. I just kind of swatched it once and was good to go. Next to that we have the color Shy, and Shy is like a mauve pinky sort of color, perfect for the crease. I also have that on the crease right now. We have the color Bay, and I think Bay is more of like a transition color. As you guys can see, it doesn't really show up because it's a very, very light shade. And then next to that we have Moon Dust, and I have Moon Dust on my inner corner right now. You guys will see in the demo. Just like a really pretty shimmery champagne color. The very last row, as you guys can see, these are all matte colors. So the first one we have here is called Black Truffle, which is just a black color. I'll be honest with you guys, while I was swatching these shades on my hand, they did seem a little chalky. I used Black Truffle in the crease as well. It was pretty easy to blend out, but it wasn't like an overpowering black, whereas like let's say the black in the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette is like really, really black. That was my dog. We have Suede, and Suede is just like a cool brown color. We have Koko, which is just like a dark brown color. And then we have Man Eater. As you guys can see, it is pretty chalky. We have Henna and Sandalwood. So I don't really know how I feel about these matte shades. They just seem pretty chalky to me, whereas if I'm comparing it to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, when I swatch those are just instant color payoff. So those were the swatches for you guys. I was pretty impressed with the metallic shades. I thought those were super, super beautiful, except for the color Rose Gold. That was the only one that I really had some problems with as far as the textured shadows go. As far as the matte shadows go, the only like two that I thought were not chalky were Fulla Mingo and Shy, which are these two right here, which are the pink colors. You guys saw in the swatches. If I were to give this palette a grade, I would probably give it like a B-, closer to a C, just because it is really disappointing that for the price, all of the matte shadows, at least in my opinion, are pretty chalky. The textured shadows were really, really great, except for Rose Gold. And I think if I were to go back and kind of redo this whole process again, I don't know if I would purchase it again, just because I already have the Modern Renaissance palette, and Modern Renaissance palette is so much more pigmented, and at least in my opinion, it's so much more pigmented and just easier to work with. So that is it for my review slash demo. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you guys found it informative and like me just not rambling on. Sorry if I was all over the place, but this tree trimmer person completely threw me off course. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. Guys, like this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.